World champions. In any sport, your main goal is to be a champion, and in the UFC, there's only 8 people out of 8 billion people in the world who have the title of a UFC champion. And in today's video, we're going to be ranking the champions from worst to best. By the way, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 100 subs by the end of the year. And also join the Discord server, link in description. So for number 8, I chose Jon Jones. Jon Jones has been very inactive, and he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. We all know Tom Aspinall deserves a title shot, but Jones wants to fight Stipe Miocic, who's like 40 years old, and whose last fight was 3 years ago, which he got knocked out by Francis. It's easy to say Jones wants legacy fights and doesn't want to just fight for title defenses anymore. As we all know, he is the GOAT of the UFC, but this is too much. Jones has Dana White privilege, as we all know.
When you talk about who's the baddest dude in the world, you put 2 guys in a room and who walks out? Jon Jones walks out of the fucking room every time.
But Jones isn't active, so he's my number 8. Alright, next up we're moving on to number 7. I have Ilia Topuria. Ilia won the belt by knocking out Volkanovski, and don't get me wrong, that was a great win. We all know Volk is the featherweight GOAT. But as we saw before, Volk is getting chinny now. He got knocked out by Islam and now Ilia. And really, other than Volk, Ilia doesn't really have much good wins. His 2 other best wins would be against Josh Emmett and Bryce Mitchell. But if Ilia does beat Holloway, he'll be skyrocketing through the list. And he has so much potential. I think Ilia Topuria can be a very good champion, so we'll give him another couple years and he'll be high. We're heading on to number 6, where I have the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley. O'Malley won the belt by knocking out the bantamweight GOAT, or one of the bantamweight GOATs, Aljamain Sterling. He has one title defense over a undeserving Marlon Chito Vera. Chito basically loses to everyone in the top 10, and he was very undeserving of the title shot. His win over Petr Yan was very controversial. Most people, including me, thought Yan won the fight. Same thing with Ilia. Sean has a lot of potential, and if he beats Merab, he's going to be skyrocketing through this list just like Ilia. Sean still has stuff to prove, like maybe a title defense over Yan, because I did think Yan beat him, and maybe a title defense over Umar. But like I said, he's young, he has time, so he'll be number 6. Moving on to number 5, we have Balal, remember the name, Muhammad. I know you guys probably want Balal to be like number 8 because y'all hate him, but I'm just going off of facts. Balal might be boring, but he's really good. He beat most of the best guys in the welterweight division, such as Wonderboy, Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady, Luque, Maya, and of course, he dominated Leon Edwards. He beat Edwards for the belt, and he's riding like an 11-fight win streak, I'm pretty sure. I do think if him and Shavkat fight, he still wins and gets a title defense. And there's not much to say about Balal because his game talks the talk. So it's safe to say number 5 is Balal, remember the name, Muhammad. Next up, we have number 4. And for number 4, I have Alexandre Pantoja. I feel like a lot of people sleep on the flyweight division because they're 125-pound men. But when you're actually watching them, they have great scrambles, great takedown defense. They're all quick, explosive, and they're all really good. But when we're talking about Pantoja, he has 2 title defenses over Brandon Royval and Steve Erceg. He won the belt over Brandon Moreno, and he's beating the top contenders. Pantoja's fights are so fun, he's always in a dogfight. And I think he beats all of his opponents, because I know some people think his opponents beat him, but I don't see it. I know they want him to fight that one Japanese dude coming up, not Tatsuro Taira, but I know it's some other guy. But I think he realistically should fight Kai Kara France. Kai Kara France is looking great, and they fought 6 years ago, so it only makes sense. So yeah, number 4 is going to be Alexandre Pantoja. We're moving to the top 3, and my 3rd spot is going to surprise a lot of you guys, and I'm probably going to get hate for it, but I don't really care. I have Alex Poatan Pereira. Pereira has 2 title defenses where he knocked out Jamal Hill and Yuri Prochazka. He won the belt over Yuri Prochazka as well. But let me tell you the reason why I think he's number 3. I think his title defense over Yuri Prochazka is overrated. They fought once, Pereira beat him. So if you fight twice, you probably will beat him again. It's like Volk and Holloway. Volk beat Holloway 3 times. but it's the same person, so you probably will beat them however times you fight. So same thing with Pereira and Yuri. Like, congratulations, you beat one person in more amount of times than one. But those are still good wins, I guess. And his knockout against Jamal Hill was really good. But he is ducking Magomed Ankalaev. I made a video about that a while ago, so y'all can watch that. But also, he did tweet out saying after he fights Khalil Roundtree, he's going to move down to 185 to fight DDP. And it's like, bro, you didn't even fight Ankalaev yet. You had to fight him first. Like, when Izzy fought Jan Blachowicz, it's because he had a few title defenses. Like, he had like 4 or something. Pereira has 2. That too over someone he fought twice. You still can't deny his greatness though. So that's why I have Pereira in number 3. We're on to the second place, which I have Dricus du Plessis. DDP has 1 title defense and has a really good resume. He beat Robert Whittaker by TKO, he beat Sean Strickland by decision, and he submitted Israel Adesanya. I would argue like guys Whittaker, Strickland, and Izzy are better than Hill, Yuri, and Jan. If y'all don't agree with that, you can do you, just glaze Pereira, it's fine. But if DDP gets a title defense over Khamzat Chimaev or Caio Borralho, just imagine how stacked that resume would be. Whittaker, Strickland, Izzy, Khamzat, Caio, just imagine. And DDP is actually being smart. He told Alex that you have unfinished business in your division, and same with me. So that means DDP is going to fight more middleweights before he fights Pereira. So I have Dricus du Plessis at number 2. Now, of course, for my number 1 spot, I have none other than the one and only Islam Makhachev. Islam is riding a 14-fight win streak with 3 title defenses, which is tied for the most in lightweight history over fighters like Alexander Volkanovski and Dustin Poirier. He won the belt over Charles Oliveira, and Islam is a straight finisher. Islam knocked out Volk, submitted Charles, who has the most submissions in UFC history, and submitted Dustin Poirier. In my opinion, I think he's the most skilled UFC champion, and if he beats Arman again, that'll just be very good for him, as his legacy is already turning out really good. And don't forget, his win over Dan Hooker is aging really good because Dan Hooker's in the top 5 now. I truly believe Islam Makhachev can retire as the greatest UFC fighter of all time. There's no denying that he's not the number 1 pound for pound fighter, because he is. And I already think he's the greatest lightweight of all time. Could go to Khabib, but I just think Islam is better. And that's why I have Islam Makhachev as the best champion in the UFC right now. Thank y'all for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the Discord server, link in description. And I know I haven't uploaded for a week, but the reason was because I was on vacation with family, so I didn't have any time. But we're back at it. So I'll see y'all next time. Spaz out.